Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are on Sports Edition. If sports is for you, give us a like and subscribe.
Nice.
You know we enjoy it. Press it. Go for it. The one real reason everyone hates your favourite NFL team is because the Giants is so good.
Yeah, they must hate us because we win all the time.
That's it. Yeah, that's why everyone hates the Giants, right? Because they're so successful.
Yep.
Let's get into it. I don't know why. I can guess why some people dislike some teams.
Yeah, but I don't know why everyone would dislike your team.
Exactly.
Should we find out?
Yeah, go for it.
There's always something about every team, yes, even yours, that makes everyone hate them.
I just like winning. If you win a lot and that causes you to be a villain, then I'm okay with it.
True though, isn't it?
Yeah.
NFL teams are the center of their fans' universes. So today, we take a look around the league and call out the real reason that everyone hates your favorite NFL team. Arizona Cardinals, general incompetence. Sometimes it isn't anything particularly malicious that makes folks hate a team. In the case of the Arizona Cardinals, it's just the complete frustration that is set in and watching them operate. Whether it was the Josh Rosen debacle or the ridiculous back and forth with Kyler Murray over studying the playbook and playing video games, the Cardinals always seem to find new and exciting ways to make a mess of their organization. Atlanta Falcons wasting star players. While you might think it was the Falcons' infamous Super Bowl 51 collapse where they blew a 28-3 lead against the Patriots that has drawn the ire of opposing fans, that's just more mockery than...
That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't be bottling it that bad.
No, that's major choke.
Yeah.
Choke high level.
Yeah.
real hatred. You see, beyond the Falcons being a meme of a franchise, they've learned to madden and enrage fans around the league with their seemingly endless desire to just let superstar talent waste away in terrible offensive schemes that don't match their skill set. I'm looking at you, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and now Bijan Robinson.
You know, my workload wasn't a lot. Like, it would decrease on terms of, like, getting carries and stuff.
Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. Yes, the Ravens have a reputation for their hard-hitting, aggressive defense, which many opponents and their fans find intimidating and annoying. But for whatever reason that is not fully known to anyone, people find their star quarterback Lamar Jackson to be extremely polarizing. The dual-threat QB is a constant topic of discussion and always leaves opposing fans rattled and angered, regardless of whether they're on the winning or the losing side of the coin. Buffalo Bills, overrated by the media. Despite being a beloved underdog for so many years, the Buffalo Bills have since found themselves on a different side of the narrative. They are constantly put onto primetime games and put among the league's top teams in media discussions, but they never end up delivering, which really frustrates other fans, particularly around the AFC.
I think that'd be more overhyped than overrated. Would you?
Yeah, well, I mean, if they've never really won anything in the period they've been really good with Josh Allen and everything, though, really.
No.
I would say they are overrated.
I think overhyped more than overrated. Depends who rates them. Whether you rate them as highly as you do think overhyped and thinking they're going to do something.
Well, if you're hyping them, it's the same thing, though, really, isn't it? If you're hyping them up, you're rating them.
A little bit. I know what you're saying, but for me, I think overhyped means people are talking about saying they might be able to do something, but overrating them, saying they're the best, they're going to win it. You know?
Yeah,
You're overrating them.
Were like that.
Yeah, they were. I think we were two of them, weren't we?
Yeah.
Didn't we have high expectations for the Bills?
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers, David Tepper. Okay, as entertaining as it is to watch him flounder about in the early years of his team's ownership, David Tepper is just about as hateable as it gets.
A $300,000 fine for David Tepper when he was spotted on this video spilling his drink on a Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
So while his misfortune, most of which is self-inflicted, definitely draws a chuckle from fans around the league, he also makes the Panthers extremely easy to just root against. Chicago Bears watching the quarterback carousel on primetime. Though they think they finally solved it with Caleb Williams, the reality is that it's been an eternity since the Bears had a legitimate franchise quarterback. Ever since Jay Cutler, who, hey, let's face it, was fringe as far as franchise QBs go, it has been an endless rotation of mediocre signals.
You know, when you think about it, you could probably name quarterbacks from every team. I can't think of one from the Bears. Even when you get standout ones that are like, like historically standout ones.
Yeah.
That are like, Hall of Famer sort of like level, proper top like names that you'd put in any conversation. I can't think of one from the Bears.
I never really thought about it as well.
No, me neither. Until now.
Yeah.
And I just can't. No one stands out from the Bears where you think, yeah, quarterback.
Callers. Cincinnati
Nick Foles,
Bengals,
maybe.
cheap ownership. There is nothing worse than dealing with a stingy person, and it gets even worse when that stingy person also happens to have billions of dollars that for whatever reason he doesn't want to really invest into the NFL franchise that he is lucky enough to own. Just ask TJ Hushmanzada, who explained on The Herd that
the Bengals didn't have water or Gatorade when you broke into the league. What did they have?
I don't even remember. We didn't have bottled water or Gatorade, and it was crazy because when we first got it, guys would be taking backpacks full of Gatorade home.
If you're not giving players water and Gatorade, what were they giving you? Tea? Well, I mean, I'm hot. It's 80 out.
No, you could get water. You would just go to the fountain. The year before I got there, Willie Anderson was telling me they didn't even have jock straps. They would get a bunch of used jock straps, throw them in the middle of the locker room and say, here you go. So
oh, God.
My rookie year, we did not stay in hotels. We stayed at home for home games.
tough scene. Cleveland Browns, the Deshaun Watson signing. The Browns are infamous for their endless cycle of rebuilding, so I can sympathize with them thinking that they need to roll the dice a little bit to try and get a legitimate franchise QB. But I think we can all agree that they went a little over the skis with the Deshaun Watson signing based on how much it has drawn ire from the general public. The embattled former Texan star had dozens of sexual misconduct allegations against him from women, but Cleveland still decided to back the brakes truck up for him anyway, and decided also to fully guarantee all of that money. Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. The Cowboys' outspoken owner always finds a way to overshadow the team's performances on the field and make the story all about him with his cartoonishly large ego and personality. When he isn't meddling with the roster, Jones can often be found in front of the camera making wild public statements that remind everyone as to why they hate the Cowboys so frickin' much. Denver Broncos, Sean Payton. All right. Let's face it, while Sean Payton had a nice run of success in New Orleans with Drew Brees, the early indicators in Denver have not been great. Yet the national media continues to act like he is one of the top coaches in this league. The overblown hype in Mile High City, especially about a coach who has a reputation for being a bit of a jerk, understandably rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Detroit Lions ruining Thanksgiving. All right, so we might need to update our files on this one a little bit now that Dan Campbell has seemingly turned the Lions around and turned them into a legitimate contender. But you know, he still has a lot of ruined Thanksgivings to make up for, as the team subjected a captive national audience to their mediocrity for decades. Green Bay Packers, the fans act like they actually own the team. Okay, in many ways, part of being a sports fan is suspending disbelief. I get that. But Packers fans take it to another level with the way that they waltz around, boastfully acting like the shares that they receive for purchasing season tickets actually makes them legitimate owners of the team. It's crazy. Houston Texans failed Deshaun Watson cover-up. All right, so while the Cleveland Browns have got a lot of flack for signing Deshaun Watson, it's
causing both for what's in it.
Doesn't sound like a decent guy, does it?
No.
really the Texans that should be catching the bulk of that criticism. Houston kept the entire situation with Watson very quiet until he wanted out of town, and then all of a sudden, boom, floodgates open and the allegations come pouring out. Indianapolis Colts ruining Andrew Luck's career. Former #1 overall pick Andrew Luck was one of the best quarterbacks in the game during his all too brief NFL career, and he did so in spite of the fact that the Colts apparently had no interest in building or developing an effective offensive line around him. This bad decision-making by the front office made Luck a regular on the injury report, and the long-term effects of all those injuries pushed him towards an early retirement, thus depriving NFL fans of one of the game's best players to watch. Jacksonville Jaguars, London. This one definitely irritates their own fans more than everyone else, but the Jaguars' continued flirtation with relocating to London and their frequent games there have rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Kansas City Chiefs, they're the...
I thought they were called the London Jaguars.
It's them that always plays there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of rumours always circulating about them relocating to be the London franchise and to get the UK franchise. True. Yeah, if the NFL do get one. But I know it's talked about in the Premier League as well, about the Premier League having a game overseas. And I tell you what, it causes so much sort of like animosity amongst fans.
That would cause outrage.
A lot of people have been the sport of over here. I think if it happened, yeah. It'd be a massive. I'm not sure how it goes down with the NFL. How do you feel? Let us know, NFL fans, if they had something over here. Number one, how many people travel to watch the London games over here? Because they're regular season games, aren't they? That played over here.
Yeah.
Not like friendlies, are they?
No, yeah.
They're regular season games.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Having to, you lose as a season ticket holder. You lose one of your games.
Literally,
I guess.
yeah.
The new Patriots. As objectively fun as it is to watch Patrick Mahomes play football, he and the Chiefs' recent dominance has sparked envy and frustration among other fans around the league. And for good reason, because not only does it look like the Chiefs are going to have a fast track to the AFC Championship game every year for the next decade or so, but they also complain to the refs incessantly and seem to get all the calls in the process.
And the official, look at that. John Hussey helps him up.
That looks a bit dodgy,
Las
doesn't
Vegas
it?
Raiders, the move from Oakland.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the Bay Area faithful that hated the Raiders for moving the team from Oakland to Las Vegas. This decision actually alienated and upset a lot of longtime NFL fans, who saw the move as a betrayal of one of the league's most passionate and historic fan bases. Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is one of those guys that you either love or hate. He hasn't been in LA long, but he is already drawing attention and disdain from other fans around the league for his, let's say, particular ways of doing things and acting.
Letting the sun carve your body, shape your mind, right? And winning has cured more ills than penicillin.
Was
Jim Harbaugh the college coach, or was that his brother?
Of Michigan.
Yeah, one of them came from college, didn't he? From back into the NFL.
I think it was him, wasn't it?
His
Because the
brother, brother at the Ravens.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
He's been at the Ravens for a few years
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying. I get mixed up which one's which.
I'm not sure what his name is now. John?
Jim and
John?
I want to say Tom.
Tom? I don't think it's Tom.
I don't know.
I think it's John.
John.
I don't
John.
know.
I think you're right, John.
Los Angeles Rams, Stan Kroenke. While Sean McVay and Matt Stafford are two of the more likable guys out there, the Rams owner, Stan Kroenke, not so much. Beyond his moving...
You know who he is, right?
Arsenal owner.
Arsenal owner, yeah. His son, takes care of it mostly now, doesn't he?
I've seen him, yeah.
The Rams from St. Louis back to Los Angeles, which left a bitter taste for many fans. He is generally known to be one of the more cutthroat and generally unpleasant execs in the league. Miami Dolphins, Stephen Ross. Despite having a rather mediocre team on the field, the Dolphins have managed to stay in the headlines for the last few years, in no small part thanks to their controversial owner, Stephen Ross, who has gained national attention for his suspect political contributions as well as violated NFL rules with alleged tampering and unfair hiring practices. Minnesota Vikings, missed opportunities. It's tough to really hate the Vikings for this, but they have historically been a pretty darn frustrating team to watch. The Vikes have a history of coming close, but never quite winning at all, with 4 Super Bowl losses and several stunningly heartbreaking playoff defeats, which has turned the franchise into a painful running joke around the league. New England Patriots. Cheating scandals. All right, there is actually just no shortage of reasons to dislike the Patriots. But I think that the reason most fans stand on, besides, of course, all the winning, was the cheating scandals like Spygate and Deflategate. Once cheating gets involved, the levels of disdain begin to skyrocket. New Orleans Saints, Bountygate. It was many moons ago at this point, but the Saints Bountygate scandal has loomed over the franchise ever since. New Orleans allegedly paid its players to injure opponents, which understandably drew the ire of other fans around the league, much of which still lingers to this day. New York Giants, the Mara way. Giants fans act like the Mara family, who have owned the franchise since its inception, are the Rooneys of New York. But reality is that they run it like a mom and pop shop, and their professionalism is vastly overrated. New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers. The Jets, much to their own detriment, are one of those teams that always seems to remain in the news cycle regardless of how good they are actually playing on the field. And part of that equation is Aaron Rodgers, the Jets star quarterback. The man evokes serious emotion from fans across the league with his scalding hot takes on sports, politics, and medicine that makes it even easier to hate the Jets. Philadelphia Eagles, dangerous fans. Eagles fans are known for their intense passions, yes, but there's a line that they often manage to cross with their aggressive and unruly behavior. Think booing Santa Claus, applauding injuries, fighting, and even throwing batteries. Yeah, all valid reasons to hate on the team as far as we're concerned. Pittsburgh Steelers, constant success. This one's pretty much just jealousy, but NFL fans are just sick and tired of the Steelers for their ability to remain...
I've never really seen the Steelers be that good.
Yeah,
since I've been watching it.
No, not in recent years. In the last few years, but they have been in the in pretty recent years, I would say.
Yeah.
so consistent throughout the years. Even when they are having a down season, they still manage to fight to at least 500 and sneak into the playoffs. It's just crazy. San Francisco 49ers bandwagon fans. The 49ers are one of those teams that has had a few different periods of sustained success, like back in the 80s and 90s under Joe Montana and Steve Young, and now under the Kyle Shanahan regime. And every time the team enters one of these stretches, all of a sudden, there are miraculously a whole new crop of fans that pop up out of nowhere. Seattle Seahawks, the 12th man. The Seahawks fan base, known as the 12th man, prides itself on being loud and disruptive. And hey, credit to them. They are. And this does create a giant home field advantage. But the fans as a collective had a borderline pathological need to toot their own horns about what great fans they really are. So hey, give it a rest, Seattle. We get it. You make a lot of noise. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, arrogant fans, thanks to Tom Brady. The Buccaneers' fortunes changed dramatically with the stunning acquisition of Tom Brady ahead of the 2020 season, which ultimately led to a Super Bowl win. And, unfortunately, to a whole crop of Bucs fans that think way too highly of their franchise and of themselves. Let's face it, the Bucs were pretty much irrelevant prior to Brady, and in all likelihood, they're going to continue to be now that he's retired. Baker Mayfield had a nice resurgence last season, but this looks like a team destined for mediocrity at best. Tennessee Titans ruining Vince Young. This one may come as a surprise to some of our younger fans that never got a chance to see Vince Young play in college or during his Rookie of the Year first season in the NFL, but there was a time when he was one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the entire game. Unfortunately, he just had to land with the Tennessee Titans. And the execs that brought him into the fold stood idly by while Jeff Fisher tanked his career, depriving NFL fans of an extremely entertaining player to watch. Such a shame. Washington Commanders, team name controversy. Yes, they had a controversy over the team's former name, the Redskins, and at a certain point, they had to change it. But now they've done it twice, and it appears that a third may be looming. At this point, it's just getting a bit gratuitous. But hey, what NFL team do you think has the most valid reason for hating them?
Who do you think? Which one's the most valid? Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. I'm not going to hit on the Cowboys here, but Jerry Jones does stick his oar in a little bit. I know he's the owner, but he's like bigger than anything there, isn't he? He's got a massive ego.
Maybe the Raiders. I mean, I know it's not like the fans' fault, but like the team, stay where you are. I guess.
A few teams have moved on.
No, I know, but like. Wasn't like the fans like in Oakland really good as well and stuff like that? Yeah,
San Francisco with the
bandwagon. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, it's a little bit naff, isn't it?
Maybe the Chiefs just because they win all the time.
But I have no problem with that. No, Mahomes is a great player as well.
We're like that.
Yeah, we're the same. Yeah. Although we've got the bandwagon fans now as well.
I know. Yeah.
They're jumping on board,
we've got
which is but I don't know, the Texans with the cover.
If this was a football one, City, what would you wouldn't even know what to put. Owner, fans,
cheats,
115. Yeah, literally everything.
It's everything. Yeah. But he's we're the most like though at the same time. You go back 20 years and we were everyone's second team.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's funny how times change. But yeah, good video of that. Well put together. Yeah, enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe and see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.